Hey guys, we received a shipment from Lurenet today, as well as a couple of boxes that I had ordered from Whatnot, and then just some stuff that I'd picked up throughout the week. I wanted to go ahead and share that with you guys, show y'all what I plan on throwing in the coming months, and fill you in on what I got going on. So some of it is just for like fishing around the house, so that's like TVA stuff. So the closest lakes are going to be Fort Loudon, Tellico, Watts Bar, and then Chickamauga. And then my buddy and I were going to Lake Lanier in June and hopefully put a hurting on them on some top water. But I'm going to go ahead and get in this unboxing and show y'all what I plan on throwing coming up. We're going to go ahead and go through the Whatnot stuff to begin with. And this box looks like it has been through it in shipment. First thing, like I said, I'm going to be fishing around the house, a TVA staple, just a good old Strike King 6XD. I think I picked that up for like $4, so hard to beat. Next thing, I actually got a heck of a deal on these. It was like, I think $8 for a tungsten Elite Evo chatterbait. And I didn't know how I felt about the whole Elite Evos to begin with, but enough times passed, I've thrown them, and that's my go-to right now. I think it's as good or close enough for me not to notice a difference to the jackhammer. And with that price difference, sometimes you can find them for $7.99. So I'm going to be sticking with the Elite Evo. But this is the tungsten. The tungsten, the deal with that is, yes, the head is a little bit smaller, but the main deal, it's so much louder in the water. So muddy water, or just anytime you think you need a little bit more drawing power, that tungsten is something that you can switch to and maybe get you a few more bites. Again, another Elite Evo. You're going to notice a pattern. I like them, and I'm trying to stock up on them. One more time, another Elite Evo. These are the Raid Super Fish Roller 6.5. I recently installed live scope on the boat, so you're going to see in here there's a mixture of forward-facing baits. I'm trying to really figure out what's going to work for me. I don't know if that's going to be it, but I'm at least going to give it a cast or two. So that's it for the first Whatnot box. Picked up a Nichols Lake Fork flutter spoon. This is the bigger size, so the 1 1/8. I've thrown this spoon before, like it a lot, and it's not so big that I just lose confidence throwing it. I know that those big ones catch them. Personally, I just haven't gotten to that confidence level to throw that big one and feel real good about it. So this one I've caught them on before, really like it. Here's a pro tip for you. If you're gonna throw a spoon, you can see that in there. What you're looking for is that swivel. You gotta have that swivel whenever you're throwing a spoon, in my opinion, or at least put one on. Otherwise, you're just gonna deal with line twists all day long. Good way to ruin fluorocarbon. So if you're gonna throw a spoon, pick you up one with the swivel. So this is another Whatnot purchase. It's the OSP HP Minnow, in 5-inch. And to be honest, I thought that those were gonna be a little bit more of a clear water color, but it's really more of like a blue chartreuse. I don't know. At the very least, I'll at least try it on the back of a chatterbait or something, but not exactly what I was looking for, but I think these were super cheap anyway, so I can't be too mad about it. Next thing we got, this is from Great Lakes Finesse. This is a bait bag. I'm still trying to find a good way to organize all my soft plastics. I know a lot of people are going to the bait bags, so figured I'd get one to try. Really like this one so far. It's got like a Ziploc closure inside of it as well as a zipper. So I'm gonna keep things nice and watertight, and you don't have to worry about your baits getting ruined. I'll report back on what I think about this one, but so far it looks pretty solid. Right here, Great Lakes Finesse hat. Really, really like the look of their stuff, and I'm trying a bunch of it out. In my opinion, everything that they make looks pretty top notch and well thought out. So I will report back on some of the stuff, but it's definitely impressive. I know I've thrown their underspin before, very good, well built, and just something that's going to get you bites when other things are a little bit too aggressive. This is kind of my go-to chatterbait trailer here. Just a freeloader. I throw the 4 1/4 inch most of the time. I thought about going up to the 5 1/4 to try to upsize for bigger fish, but really it's hard for me to go away from that 4 1/4. Picked up a pack of the Yum Dingers here. I really like the Yum Dingers on a wacky rig. The deal with that, in comparison to like a Yamamoto Senko, a Senko is great, but with as much salt as is in that bait, they fall pretty quick. This one stays in that strike zone pretty well. So a lot of times on a wacky rig, I'm either skipping it under docks or I'm casting it at fish that have blown up on my top water and missed it. So I want something to stay in that like 0 to 3 foot strike zone for as long as possible. And with this being a lighter stick bait, it does a really good job of that. And hard to go wrong with the watermelon seed color anytime you're in clear water. Another clear water staple for me is the War Eagle jig and spoon. Really like these. Anytime you see suspended fish, I've done really, really well on these jig and spoons before. I get the 7/8 version. Don't really throw the 1/2 ounce. I'm wanting something that's heavy and gets down there fast and something that I can make them react with. And these seem to do a pretty good job of it. As far as color, like silver, I've done really good on silver. I've done my best on white, even on like lakes with good visibility. They seem to bite white like they had never seen it before. But a good rule of thumb, gold is supposedly really, really good on cloudy days. To be honest, I do better on that white on cloudy days. They'll bite this in bright sun too, but like that's my go-to whenever it's bright out. There'll be another video later on talking more about this bait, but just know like that's a sneaky one. Not a lot of people throw in the summertime, especially around like vertical structure. That's a good one. Like I said, it's summertime here on the TVA, and we are going to Lanier, so you know I had to stock up on some walking baits, some super spooks here, and then picked up a chugging spook as well. Not as many people throw that bait, and like I've had some good days on this one. When everybody is throwing a walking bait, that's something that you can throw and get a few extra bites. A good old super spook. Really, in my opinion, I throw like 3 color topwaters most of the time. Bone, chrome, and if I'm around clear water, like a ghost minnow type color. Covering my bases there as far as like the bone and chrome. I couldn't find a good clear water color, so I just figured I'd throw the chrome in clear water. It works in clear water as well. Like Lanier, that is the color that it's known for down there. If you're gonna go to like one of those herring lakes, everybody says throw a chrome topwater. So there's my chrome topwater. Something else from War Eagle, I picked up 3 packs of the heavy finesse jigs. These are in 3/8 ounce. I like these a lot, especially whenever everybody else is throwing a jig as well. That's something you can throw behind people and get some bites that other people are not getting. And it's hard to beat this value. You get 2 for not a whole lot of money, and it's got a really stout hook in it. Just a good bait to throw in the summertime whenever you're on a pressured fishery. Pick me up a War Eagle long-sleeved fishing shirt. Just something to keep the wind and sun off of me. These are the 2.75 Yum crawl chunks. Good finesse jig trailer. I throw a few finesse jig trailers. That's a good one. And these are like $4 a piece. So it's hard to beat. Right here we got the bigger version. These are 3¼ inch Yum crawl chunks. Again, good jig trailer. You could like flip it if you wanted to. I never have, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. It's really just been a good jig trailer for me. One of the first forward-facing sonar baits that I remember was that Yum FF sonar minnow that Christy won the classic on Hartwell on, and picked up a couple of those just in excuse me, just in the 4-inch Tennessee shad. Figured I'd give it a try. Again, I just installed LiveScope like 2 to 3 weeks ago. I'm trying to learn it, figure out what works for me and what some confidence baits to have tied on with that are. So picked these up and then picked up a pack of 1/4 ounce and then a pack of 3/16 ounce jig heads. Along those same lines, I picked up some Great Lakes Finesse hover minnows in the 3¼ size. I got Pro Blue Red Pearl and Iridescent. I'll let you get a look at those colors there. Really like that iridescent color for clear water application. Looks like it's gonna just absolutely put a hurting on them. And then anytime it's cloudy, it's another really good color. Something that's always been good to me is that Pro Blue Red Pearl. And that goes for like swim baits as well. Like if you're throwing like a Demiki Armor Shad paddle tail or like a Kitech or X-Zone Swimmer, like any of those like finesse swim baits, Pro Blue Red Pearl, whenever it's cloudy, you can take that one to the bank. For those, these are the hanging heads from Great Lakes Finesse. Forget the sizes I picked up. Yeah, I picked up an 1/8 and then I picked up a 1/4. I thought these were pretty slick, to be honest. These are quick shot clips from Great Lakes Finesse. So everybody has had the issue, you tie on your drop shot weight, or like the ones that you pinch on your line and you sling off half of the ones that you have. So this helps eliminate that problem. If you can see there, you just slide your weight down on there and then it holds it tight. Then if you want to change weights, you don't have to constantly be shortening your leader length on your drop shot. You can just take it off, put another one on, and you're ready to roll. To go along with that, I picked up some 4-inch drop arms from Great Lakes Finesse. That is in, I think it's green pumpkin. Yeah, just green pumpkin there. Really natural color. Like that one a lot. Like I said, we're gonna be around spotted bass. If you don't know, morning dawn around spotted bass, very good. And then, yet again, iridescent. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I really like that color. I think it looks really good. I plan on ordering some of their drop kick shads pretty soon. And that is something that I'm definitely gonna pick up in that color. And then these are just the Yum Pulse swim baits. I picked those up for like a swim jig trailer, just on the back of like a bluegill swim jig. I think this, yeah, the color is summer gill, so that's what it's set up for. This is from Great Lakes Finesse, and this is a terminal wallet. You have all these sleeves that you can put like your packs of hooks in here. This is kind of what the finished product is going to look like. You can see really easy to identify what weight you've got, and they fit in here perfectly. So for hooks, jig heads, smaller weights like drop shot weights, these are going to be something that I really lean on. Really like that because I feel like organizing my terminal tackle is something that I've had an issue with for a really long time. It's just kind of a mess. However I've tried to do it, I feel like this is going to clean that up and really help me stay organized and know exactly what I'm looking at and keep things easy to find, make me a little bit more efficient out there. What we have coming up, I'll be just fishing locally around the house for the next couple of weeks. And then, like I said, in the middle of June, we're going down to Lanier. I'm going to try to put a hurting on some spots down there, man. Hopefully break my PB for spotted bass. I know my buddy, he said that his PB is not very high for a spot, so anything over like 2.5 pounds going to be a new PB for him. Mine's like 3.5, so respectable, but on Lanier, we could break that, 3 or 4 times in the first day. That lake is supposed to just be unreal. So those are the baits that I plan on throwing for the next little while. Obviously, there's a lot more, but that's just some stuff that I wanted to restock on and make sure that I had in the boat before I went to some of these places. So check back. We'll have another video soon. Hopefully, we'll see y'all out there on the water.